Hello, everyone. This is Syria of Syria's channel, and welcome. This is only going to be a short video. I plan to do my weekly video, have it posted by Wednesday. But I just thought I wanted to say a little bit, give my thoughts about what happened today in Turkey and Syria. I'm not going to rehash everything that was told because you know about what was the how strong the earthquake was, how what it affected, all of that. So I'm not going to go into all of that. But I must say that I felt like I was sleepwalking throughout the day. I didn't quite feel myself. Now, not that this came as like a total shock, absolute shock, because there have been warnings about a big one hitting Turkey, specifically Istanbul, for a number of years. Um, but um, but even though a place is prone to have could have catastrophes like this, it's still not easy to accept that, oh, this is just something that happened. No, it's the scale of this catastrophe is epic. From what I have been noticing, I was listening a little earlier this afternoon, to a reporter in Turkey, a Turkish reporter that was in Hatay, in eastern Turkey, over by Syria. And she was saying that she really believes that these two earthquakes today, because there were actually two, as you know, is actually worse than the huge earthquake that they had back in 1999 that killed 50,000 people. But I much later, I lived in that area that was hit very heavily by that quake, and my students told me that it was actually more like 100,000 people were actually killed. So it's not. Turkey, if you know anything about Turkey, about the area where Turkey is very prone to earthquakes. That whole area from Turkey, the Aegean Sea, and Greece, it's pretty volatile. Okay, you have three tectonic plates coming from Africa, Asia, and Europe, and they all sort of converge in that area. And so there's been predictions for quite a while about the big one was going to hit Turkey, but I just wasn't expecting southeastern Turkey. And then to have two very big earthquakes that were both over 7. So on 7.8, I think the first one that hit, and the second one 7.4 in central Turkey. And then, I didn't even know Syria was earthquake prone, but what I guess, I'm not a scientist, of course, and I'm not a seismologist, but I'm just assuming that what happened in with Syria is that it was sort of like I guess, a tsunami on the ground. I guess it was like maybe an earthquake wave. I'm not using the right terminology, I know, but I'm just using what I can best, comes to my mind. I think that that Syria was probably affected because the earthquakes were so strong in Turkey. That it affected them. And also, a lot of the infrastructure in Syria has been so damaged by years of war, that it wasn't very much to push a lot of that over. It really wasn't. I was just looking at a video last week by a YouTuber, Drew Binsky, who is a travel vlogger. He was in Syria, and he just absolutely loved it. When he showed the more positive sides of Syria, not the cities that have been wrecked and everything with the war that's been going on, but he tried to show a positive side of Syria, and it wasn't surprising what he showed, because with the people being very, very kind and all that. Because I had a friend years ago that went to Syria about 2 years before the war, and he encouraged me to visit Syria, which I didn't get the opportunity to do before the war. But yeah, as far as Turkey is concerned, it should always be kept in mind. People sort of get caught up in different things about things that are beautiful about Turkey, but it should be kept in mind that Turkey is in a very volatile region of the world. Financially, it's volatile. Turkey's economy has not been good for at least the last 5 years. Okay. They sort of had their little golden age, probably back at the time when I was last there. I was last there in 2000. I came back in 2016, 2017, I believe. They economically they were doing good, okay, but it hasn't been good since. They had after that they had the coup attempt that happened um, by portion of the military, and their economy just has not been good. One of my students that I taught for a number of years. I remember just about 3 years ago. I was before COVID. I was talking about coming there, and she said, "You don't want to come here." That's what she said. You do not want to come here. But yes, it should be kept in mind that Turkey, economically, politically, the region that it's in, and geologically, it's very volatile. Turkey is one of the most earthquake prone countries on earth, it and Japan. Um, this morning when I first woke up, I woke up this morning early to go to the bathroom, and I just happened to check. I was about half asleep. I checked my phone, and I went over to YouTube, just barely, just hear there, just basically in body, but not really clear in mind. And I went over to YouTube and I saw a news conference being given by President Erdogan. And then I saw like 600 or 900 and something people dead. And I was like, it just didn't at the time, because I wasn't fully awake, register that it might be an earthquake. I don't know what I was thinking. I was thinking that maybe it was, um, uh, I don't know why I thought about a mining accident. Turkey has had mining accidents before, and I just happened to think, I just wasn't thinking clearly because I had just woken up. And then when it got to be clear, and I checked and I saw that there was an earthquake in southeastern Turkey, and a lot of people was dead, and it was 7.8. I was just, shocked. I just wasn't expecting it in southeastern Turkey, because I'm very curious now about eastern Turkey. I've seen a big portion of the west. But I haven't seen. There are places like Black Sea region, Central Turkey, like Cappadocia, and Southeastern Turkey. And Eastern Turkey, I would love to see. I follow. There are Turkish people. We follow each other mutually on Twitter. So one of them lives in Mardin, and I was wondering what happened. Was it okay with him and his family? So I messaged him, and he messaged me right back. He's a teacher too, and he thanked me and said I was really nice. It was so nice of me to ask about them. And I said, how was things in Mardin? And he said, we're okay here. He said, but I did feel the quake. He said, I was asleep, and I did feel it. He said, but no, there's nothing happened here. We're okay here in Mardin. But yeah, this quake is like epic on scale. But I'm going to end here because I don't want this video to be extra long. I just, felt like I had to say something before Wednesday. So I'm going to end here. My prayers and my heart goes out to the people of Turkey and Syria. This is something that it's hard to get over. Of course, the people in Syria are very resilient, but still they're still human, and Turkey, there are resilient people in Turkey. They haven't been through the kind of stuff that people have in Syria, but economically, Turkey often doesn't do very well. Okay. It's sometimes, but it doesn't do very well economically a lot. And, so yeah, these are things that you just have to keep in mind, but I hope that, God will give them the strength to make it through this. I hope that in the case of Syria, that's still under U.S. sanctions, that the sanctions will be lifted, but I know that's probably wishful thinking. But yeah, I'm going to end here. So my prayers goes out to the Turkish and Syrian people. So this is Sincere Ray. Until next time.